Law school is going to destroy you. We mentioned that already.
Yeah.
But the practice of law is going to demolish you. Hi, everybody, and we're back. Nicholas has some questions about what does it take to run a firm? What are the skill sets you need as a lawyer? And all of those questions about being an attorney. These are some good questions. Can't wait to get started.
So Joseph, in owning your own firm, you're running a business. I want to know how you adapt to change.
When you run a business, you always have to adapt to change. That's one of the fundamentals. Now, law is already extremely conservative, so it probably changes less than other industries, but you still need to. And in the situation of the pandemic, it's absolutely, you have to. Before, the bread and butter of personal injury attorneys is drunk driving, right? DUIs. Well, now with Uber and Lyft and all these ride-sharing companies, a lot of it has decreased, and so they had to adjust their practice area. So technology is going to impact your practice. Legal software is going to impact your practice. Different types of clientele is going to impact your practice. Our firm before, we largely just serviced bigger firms. But with the opening of the internet, now clients from all over the world are directly able to engage us. Things are going to change your practice from inside your practice and from outside. But if you don't adapt, then you can get phased out. And that's scary to a lot of people. As an attorney, you're not just dealing with legal problem, legal solution, and just dealing with these like one situation. You have to deal with the bigger context of things, especially as a business. And so it's extremely fun and interesting and painful, but you grow, and I think it's cool.
You say it's fun, but that's just because it's working for you right now, right? This is according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor, so I'm not making these up. After the first year, 20% of businesses have failed that started. After 5 years, half have failed. After a decade, only a third of those businesses are left. So in such a hostile environment, what do you believe made Stang & Associates ultimately successful?
Well, okay, so I don't necessarily think Stang & Associates is successful. In my personal definition, it is, and again, that's all relative, right? But we're alive, we're well, right? We're talking, and we're solving clients' problems, and I'm happy, so let's call that a success. Learning how to run a business is not taught in law school. You are not taught to run a business. You're not taught to make a business successful.
Yes.
You're not even taught the business practice of running a law firm. As specific and as important as it is, it's just not taught. You're taught theories, you're taught case law, you're taught how to just think and argue, almost like a philosophy major. But the actual practice, nada. What's gonna make you a successful entrepreneur is not what's taught in law school, it's taught outside of law school. Learning how to read people and work with people and serve people, those soft skills is way more important than what is taught in law school. If you graduate law school, do not think you have everything it takes to run a successful law firm.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hubris, and it will probably lead to your downfall. If you encounter somebody and they might not have a law degree, they might not even have a bachelor degree, but they might be able to run a business far better than you can ever run the business because they have the prior experience back in their organization. So as an attorney, graduating, if you need to start a business, one important skill you need to have is to identify talent, work with people, make them thrive, and you will have a better firm.
So it seems that your success as a business is largely predicated on the performance and cooperation of your employees. What kind of workplace culture do you seek to foster here at Stang & Associates?
So I don't want to advertise our firm, right? And every firm is different. It depends on what the firm itself values and what they are trying to achieve. For example, if our firm were purely about profits, the way it's structured right now would not be very good because we spend a lot of time researching and developing and creating creative solutions, and that again is not profitable. We're spending way too much resource to just get one win. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. That's the way it's structured right now. Pure profitability is not the ultimate goal. At a different firm, that might be the ultimate goal, and everybody wants the cha-ching in their pockets, and so everybody wants to make as much money as possible, and that's not wrong. But if you have that mentality and you're working at this firm, you're probably at the wrong firm. Because I want everybody to have a sense of ownership over these cases and thrive and enjoy when the case is won, then that's how I structure it. Everybody's working together to make it happen. It depends on the vision, and that's what dictates the culture.
We're just talking about the business, but at the root of all this is you, the attorney. And ultimately, I'm going to law school to become one. What is it gonna take for me to thrive as an attorney?
One important skill to have is the ability to elicit information from your clients. Are you a person that people confide in? Do people tell you their secrets? Do they lean on you? Do they trust you? Are you a person to solve their problems? Or are you a person that nobody talks to? Right?
I'd hope the latter.
Yeah. If nobody talks to you, nobody trusts you, then I think you're gonna have a pretty difficult time when you talk to a client to get the client to be able to trust you and confide in you. It goes back to what kind of lawyer you want to be, what kind of law firm do you want to work in, what kind of industry do you want to be in, and then what kind of skill sets that's required to live that kind of lifestyle. Second, in this day and age, social media, website, and presentation, transparency is a huge value in this generation. Are you transparent? Are you able to be authentic and share who your true self, and so you can attract the clients that like you? I never think I know all the answers and I got everything and the client shouldn't do anything and should just sit there and wait me to solve all the problems. They are not a patron at a restaurant and I'm the chef with my team and I'm cooking the perfect dish. It's not that. And that belief has made my practice better. Put your belief into practice, share with it, and the right type of energy and the right type of clientele would find that, and it will be a good match. That's actually pretty hard because a lot of lawyers are introverts. We like reading, we like thinking, we like behind the scenes. We like to be the expert where people consult and we provide the answers, but we don't like everything else. The whole transparency, authenticity, marketing, sales. We don't like to do a lot of that. But it's these other skill sets that are also very, very important.
You didn't say the word directly, but what you're describing is empathy. And it's listening to people. Maybe the best way to solve their case is really to hear them talk it out and describe the situation for you. And like you said, the process when you graduate law school is not done. If anything, it's just the beginning. What is something you really developed in terms of skill that you didn't have when you initially graduated law school and that has really helped you thrive as an attorney now?
There's so many skills, so many capabilities that I didn't have back then that I wish I did, but I think that's just natural, right?
Yeah.
But I had a lot of the little things already, and it just developed more. The ability to suffer.
Oh, Jesus.
Law school is gonna destroy you. We mentioned that already. But the practice of law is gonna demolish you. Because in school, again, you fail, you got a C, you got a D, you got a B minus, boo-hoo. But in the practice of law, you mess up, man, they really screwed up somebody's life. Malpractice, you screw up your own life, so many things. So it's extremely stressful. So ability to suffer, being organized and being able to think very critically and research and putting things together, being creative, so many things. I think we had a little bit of that graduating from law school. But it's just enhancing all of those and really consciously focusing in on it. I didn't read a lot of business books before law school and before practicing law, but you know, a year in, I realized how important it is. Only in the past 2 years did we focus on any sort of social media and doing any sort of videos. Doing videos is completely different. So gaining that skill set, right? So everything is just enhancing and adapting to whatever you're trying to get. Focus on the thing that you're trying to go after and gaining the skill set to allow you to get there. If it's speed, then double down on that. See if you can process cases 10 times as fast. I always joke around to my entire team. When I just graduated law school, I'm doing one super simple case a day. And that is a joke now. If an intern only did a simple case a day, they would probably be rebuked. A lot of the interns at the firm now, they are more capable than when I just graduated law school. And yourself, right? I mean, being able to do this video, that's pretty amazing, right? It took me 10 years to get here. You're already here, looking good.
You know, I appreciate you speaking from experience because that's ultimately what's gonna resonate with me. And that way it's not jaded or there's like this view. So I appreciate you as well, Joseph. Thank you.